What is up, guys? Zan for the Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about why route tech is one of the most important abilities in the game against match coverage. But before we get into the video, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you guys take the time to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the uploads coming your way here on the Zan Madden YouTube channel. If you guys would like to take your game to the next level in Madden 21, check out my strategy site, gridirongameplans.gg. Gridiron Game Plans is your one-stop source for all things competitive Madden. Every week in our Vault Update, we take a look at the meta, or the most effective tactics available being used by pro players in the MCS circuit, breaking down not only how and why the pros do what they do, but most importantly, how you can counter those metas when you face them in online gameplay. On top of that, your subscription also includes any and every offensive and defensive gameplay released on the website while your subscription is active. So head over to gridirongameplans.gg, $9.95 per month unlocks the entire website. Okay guys, without further ado, let's get into today's video. We're going to be talking about why I think the route tech is one of the most important abilities in the game once again. As you guys know, the one step ahead meta that we had for the last 7 months kind of neutralized the ability to have a route tech or a slot-o-matic type of ability on the field. And the reason for that was that the one step ahead literally canceled the ability for the route tech to ever fire. Now with the AP change, what we've started to see is a lot of players go to a zone-based defense, and we're seeing a defensive meta shift towards zone coverage as a whole. Now, one of the major talking points out there in the community is that route tech is not really useful if you're going to face mostly zone because it doesn't light up against zone, and that is very, very true. However, most players out there right now are mixing in zone drops with match coverage, which is really interesting because a lot of players don't want to sit in straight up two-man under with deep halves over the top and give up underneath routes all over the place. They don't necessarily want to sit in, two-man under with the purple zones on the sidelines because then double moves and, even route tech then could really beat them. So what a lot of players are doing now is they're mixing in their man coverage in the form of match coverage. Now, you guys know that I'm a huge match coverage guy. I did a video yesterday on match coverage, talking about the fixes that I'm going to be putting in this week in the Vault Update from some of the broken elements of match that started happening just last week. But I think that there is a really important teaching point here when we're talking about match coverage as a whole. So let's go ahead and take the field here. We've got Amari Cooper out here as our solo receiver. Not our solo receiver, but our outside receiver in a 2x2 spread formation. And we're going to go ahead and work against, like a cover 3 match style defense. As you guys know, cover 3 match is, any match defense in general is a defense where you have pink zones instead of purple zones. So if you take a look here at, for instance, cover 3 buzz press, that is a cover 3 drop zone. Where if you take a look at, for instance, cover 4 quarters, cover 4 palms press, cross fire 3 seam, those have pink zones, meaning that they're a match principle. So you're going to get cover 3 match, cover 4 quarters, cover 4 palms, cover 6, cover 9, and then a lot of cover 3 blitzes are match style coverages, meaning that there's potential for man-to-man coverage to happen. So I want to go ahead and kind of show you here, calling cover 3 match, how we can use the route tech to really beat these coverages. So let's go ahead and kind of take the field here. So we got Amari Cooper who has the outside apprentice and the route tech. And as we know here against basically cover 3 match, this is a defense that is designed to effectively allow outside thirds to, and also to a degree, some of the seam flats to match routes vertically. So if I were to play 2 verticals on the left side, I want you to kind of notice how what ends up happening is both the seam flat that is over number 86 and also the outside third that is over number 13 are both going to play their guy vertically the entire way downfield. So you're going to see right here how they just turn and they match. Now over here on the other side, you notice that Amari Cooper, he lit up on his route tech on his in route. This is basically what I wanted to focus on in today's video. There's a lot of players out there that are thinking that route tech isn't really necessary because all we're going to be running, or most of the good players that you're going to be running up against now are going to be running nothing but zone, meaning that that ability won't light up. But there is a very large number of players out there that are running match, whether it's straight up quarters palms, cover 3 style match, or in some cases, we're seeing some of the zone blitzes out of cover 3. For instance, one that comes to mind is Mike Blitz 3, which we talked about in a previous video that we uploaded just recently on the channel. So with these match defenses, we're talking about a route, if it goes vertically enough, the player converts from being a zone defender into being a man defender. So if you see right here, Amari Cooper goes vertical enough, that this guy says, okay, I'm going to take you man-to-man. In which case, now his route tech is going to fire against the man-to-man and allow him to get separation across the field. Now, certain routes are better than others, of course, but one that comes to mind for me is a C route. If you smart route down to C route, this could be something that could be really, really beneficial to you. So go ahead and take a look at how this works. See here, he's going to run his route, he's going to get matched, and then he should light up. And that's going to allow you to create separation against that guy for a potential one-play score. So it's a really easy situation where if you find yourself facing somebody that's running a lot of match coverage, to be able to run a route tech against them, especially with most of us out here having Hot Route Master, this is a really, really important little trick that you can run to just get simple scores against match style coverage. So again, you see here how he just cooks. And right there, we got to throw out a sack, but obviously you can tell how he is roasting his guy. Now, there are certain routes that fire better than others. You're going to have to experiment and see what routes, route tech better than others. But you see right here, there's an example. That one doesn't. And right there, we needed like a deep out elite to be able to hold on to that ball. But certain routes will certainly trigger and get you, those cuts at a good point, which should allow you, see right here, like there's one that we were able to throw right there, the smart routed skinny post or the smart routed C route. To me, I noticed that the route tech tends to fire if you smart route down your routes as opposed to leaving them smart routed or normal. You see right here how it fires and gets insane separation. So this is just a very, very simple tip that you can use to really destroy match coverage in general. So let's go ahead and kind of talk about like quarters, for instance, cover 4 quarters. A lot of players wouldn't know this, but you could just go ahead and if you get a solo check on the backside of a coverage, why not use a route tech against that instead of a playmaker? A lot of players right now are just so habitually going to put a playmaker slant on the backside instead of looking to maybe isolate, knowing the rules of the coverage and using it against them. So let's say right here, we're in cover 4 quarters. Why wouldn't you go ahead, knowing that you've got a solo check on that guy, go ahead and run that C route, maybe even smart route it down, get yourself the ability for that guy to match and then cook him. You lob it down the sideline. Very, very simple adjustment that you can make against some of these match style coverages. So for those of you out there that are saying, well, no more man, we don't need route tech, I would argue that it's something that you should be using. Now, of course, any of these match coverages, I mean, there are manipulations for all of them, but being able to get yourself into a position where you know that you can actually cook some of these route combinations is going to be really important. So hopefully you guys like this video. If you did, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, be sure to drop those below as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. And if you guys want to take your game to the next level, go over to gridirongameplans.gg. Again, guys, $9.95 per month will unlock the entire website. Until tomorrow, guys, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.